Let's go with it.
Yeah, it's the vibe today. uh, all right, we are live. Zachariah. Let me just text text Santasia. We're live. What's up, fam? Oh. I don't know if anyone's even in chat.
I'm just waiting for the advert to finish, but I'm glad that you're getting a few pennies for that advert.
Am I?
Always good.
I
You should be.
Yeah,
if you're which you are.
I forget how to check it. Lessie is here too. Woo! Santasia is here. Lessie is here. We got our two friends in chat with us, so we appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
If you're here, say hello, because my thing is still saying that 0 people are here.
I know, I can see 4 right now, and I've just added my entire Discord server, so we'll see what happens from there. But my theory was correct about the camera, by the way. I reset my camera, it looks good on your stream.
I know, I was like looking at you before. You guys, before we went live, Zakky was like, oh, I have reset my camera, and I felt like it was the first time in my life that I clearly saw Zakky. So he's looking a lot more clear today. We can see him. Yay. How are you, Zakky? What's going on? What did you do today?
Well, I woke up really late because I've been flipping exhausted lately, needed the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Had a nice talk with Gabe for a bit. He streamed yesterday, and it was very fun. So we spoke about Twitches and YouTubes and Valorant stuff, and
I've got to get him on the stream. I'll reach out to him.
Yes, definitely. I know he would love to. Well, I mean, I don't know, but I think so.
I've spoken to him before. He's so sweet. He'll
oh no, he is.
I can make him do it.
I was actually saying to him the first. By the way, Santasia's asked to turn me up a little bit. Do you know how to? If you click on me, there'll be a dial that you can sort of click on user volume, and you can turn me up from there. As long as it's not too loud for you, always. So I think.
Hang on a second.
That's okay.
I think I did it right. Zach,
the thing is that volume icon sometimes is meant for the screen rather than me talking. Oh, but I think it's fine. I can hear myself. I can hear myself actually.
Santasia, did that work? Let me know if I made Zakky louder, or I didn't.
There we go. And my camera. There we go. Flipping heck. But yeah, no. Yeah. Went from speaking with Gabe. I set up a few things for a video that I'm going to record literally straight after this. And then I'm going to hopefully go to sleep at some point soon because I'm so tired. How are you doing? What's your day been like?
I mean, I just woke up. And I woke up like 2 hours ago, so like nothing has really happened.
Fair.
I'm trying to start my days off. Okay, so I don't know about you, but like I start my day off and I like immediately like look at social media and like check my TikTok, my Twitter, my Instagram, right? And I'm like, okay, that is such an unhealthy way to start the day. Like I don't want to start my days like that by like suddenly immersing myself the second that I open my eyes into social media and like validation and all the things that are wrong with social media, right? So
yeah.
I have been starting to listen to positive affirmations and like like meditations in the morning. I've been doing it for like 3 days, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. But
well, 3 days is more than 1 day, more than none.
Yeah,
so that is good.
I've been trying to do it, and it's honestly, I think it's been helping me because I've been feeling like ever since I got COVID, everything's just been kind of like blah. Like I'm in like, you know, seasons in your life, and you know this, Zakky, because you're a creator, but there are seasons in your life where you're just like, don't feel like creatively motivated, like you feel like you're in a rut, like you want something to change, you want like a
I've been in that for 3
refresh.
months.
Oh my god, I'm so over it.
Same.
Dude.
Same. I literally forced myself to like upload, because like for the past month or 2 months or 3 months, because I was trying to get the 100k on Valorant Hub. That was the goal back from like whatever. And so I hit that, and then I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to continue going for a bit. Big mistake, but at least I've learned from it now. So in the past 3 days, I started uploading to every other channel I have but Valorant Hub, just to get my sanity back. Because I feel like if I'm not feeling diversified, then my mental state goes down the toilet. So that's why it's also helpful when I'm working with you and Gabe as well, because it just, even though it's more to do, at least there's more variety in my day, I guess.
No, 100%. I talking to you yesterday like made me like feel re-motivated, because talking to you about like plans for the future and stuff with content makes me feel like there's a purpose to what I'm doing.
Heck yeah.
If you and I weren't working together, because just so y'all know, if you're watching, that Zakky is helping me with my YouTube, and like, if Zakky and I weren't working together, it would all just feel like that came at the right moment, because I really think I needed that guidance, you know? And also I'm working on that project still with Morgan. And I had a meeting with her yesterday for like an hour and a half, and I'm really excited about that project. So like that gives me some like sense of like, okay, like that's really stimulating, like it's requiring research and stuff. So that's really exciting. But it's really tough. Like, dude, I went on a date last night, and I was like talking to this guy, and he was like, so what do you, like, tell me about you, you know, right? Like, he's an engineer, so he had like a job, like a regular person job. And he's like telling me about his job, and then I'm telling him about mine, and I'm like, yeah, so I do this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and I'm saying like 8 or 9 things, and he was just like, wow, so you're doing a lot. And I was like, honestly, it feels like I'm doing absolutely nothing.
Oh my god. But I think part of that as well, though, is like, especially with like how YouTube is, and obviously we had a long chat about it. Was it yesterday? It probably was.
Yesterday.
Everything's mashing together. It's ridiculous.
Get out of your house, Zakky.
I mean, getting out of the house, you'll be proud to know that I have.
What did you do? What did you do?
Well, I only went for a walk. I didn't do anything special, but still, a walk's good. But yeah, no, well, because yesterday we spoke, and then Gabe was streaming, and I'm also working with Gabe on his channel. So, and I made like a number of videos. So yeah, it is all meshing. Even though I went for a walk, everything's still meshing together. But that's how how this stuff goes sometimes.
Zakky, imagine if we lived near each other, and then we could go on walks together, and we could go and get beers.
That'd be so good. Oh my gosh, you're making me want to live in LA. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
I know the pub that I would take you to. Like, I know where we would go. I don't want to say the name, so I don't want people to know that I go there, but it's this, not that anyone gives a shit about me, but like, it's like I probably shouldn't be announcing it. But there's a pub.
No, I mean, one person in this chat, I'm sure.
You never know.
Exactly.
There's this pub near my house, and it's like the shittiest fucking dive bar in the whole world. And I love a dive bar, and I know that because, you know, you're Welsh, you would enjoy it well.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
You wouldn't
I'm
like the LA bars.
Yeah, I probably would. I'm not. Although I like this is something that, because when I was younger, I wanted to move to New York City, and I've like firmly against that now. Like, for those of people who live there, I'm sure it works for some people, but I've realized as well that I need greenery around me because I live in the suburbs. So it's sort of like there's a city not far away at all. Like I can get to the next first city pretty fast, but yeah, I mean, I literally like when I'm outside, basically, I can hear sheep all the time, like cows all the time. It's beautiful. I need that. It gives me some level of sanity. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I'm Welsh.
100%.
Yeah, hey there, Narlox. How you doing, friend? You're Welsh. Hi, Croeso to the stream. That's literally the only thing I know. So don't expect
oh, what did
anything
you say? Say it again.
Croeso. Croeso means welcome, and to be very clear, I speak no Welsh. That was the only reason I know Croeso is because when I was at school, on every sign in Wales, you have like a the English version and the Welsh version below. So whenever I'd go to school, it'd say Croeso to, I'm not going to say which school I went to, but Croeso to X school basically. So that's the only reason I know Croeso. But yeah, Croeso means welcome. I speak more French than I speak Welsh, so yeah.
Babe, have you watched Love Island at all UK this year?
The only time I ever watched Love Island, I know that you're a fan of it because you've spoken about it on stream a little bit, but the only time I've ever watched Love Island was when I was over a friend's house. I know for some people it's the best show in the world. Personally, I mean, to be fair, I don't watch a lot of TV, so that's why I don't watch it, I guess. But like, if I do watch TV, it'll be something that I can just literally sit back and not give a crap about. I like Friends or Brooklyn Nine-Nine or something like that.
Oh, I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's so funny.
Oh, it's great, isn't it? It's great. It's just like simple humor. It's fun. It's relaxing. You know, obviously they deal with some sensitive topics, but you know, it's a good comedy. So yeah, no, that's how I am.
Well, the winner of Love Island is Welsh, Liam.
Oh, I bet they are.
Oh God, he's hot. He's so hot.
I bet
they are. His girlfriend Millie is so pretty, and I loved them on the show. He was a bit of a lad though. Like a
lad on Love Island?
Yes. Dude, he's young. He's 21, and he was God, he looked like he was 45. Oh my goodness, we're getting raided with a party of 14. Resni.
Hello.
Thanks, my dude.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
What's up, Resni, you little cutie pie? Do you know Resni, babe?
Go. Yeah. We're in a Discord, I believe. So yeah, we've played maybe once or twice, I think. But yeah, it's nice to see y'all here.
Oh my God, that's so sweet, Resni. I really appreciate you, my dude.
Yeah.
What's cracking, family? What Narlox really loves you, Zakky.
Yeah, I really appreciate you, Narlox. I appreciate. Yeah, but we're on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and we don't speak much Welsh, even though we're Welsh. It's perfect. It's perfect.
You all are the same person.
We're vibing here.
Narlox said, my friends watch Love Island, and every time they do, they just send me photos of hot people. Yes, that's the whole point. It's just hot people on an island. It's mwah, chef's kiss, mwah. It's beautiful. All right, family. So we should probably get going, guys. We're gonna stream for like an hour today or so. See how we go.
I was going to say, I think, because Santasia was bringing up the volume thing, I think the way to fix it, because I think I know how you're looking at your stream right now, I think I know how the Discord is set up. I think if you click on, because I'm imagining that my screen is a lot bit like my Valorant screen is a lot bigger than my face cam, right, on your screen?
Yeah.
So if you click on my screen and then so if you click on my Valorant screen, the one that I'm streaming, and then after that, if you right click on my face cam, then you should see a volume dial that you can use to up my volume. Just I'm thinking about the YouTube video for afterwards. So if not, it's absolutely fine.
Well, hang on. Do I do it in fucking slobs?
No, so because Slobs has like both my Valorant audio. Actually, yeah, no, Slobs has my Valorant audio and my like Micron audio in the same thing. But yeah, you did it right there. So yeah, so now if you right click on so I can see that I'm bigger than the gameplay. If you right click on me there, then you'll see like a volume dial that you can.
Oh no! I see it. I unintentionally did it. Hang on.
Hey, let's go. Well, shit, that's awesome. I mean.
Okay, all
Do you
right.
swear on this? I can't remember. Do you swear on the stream?
Yeah, Zakky, have
Okay, that's
you
fine.
met me?
I just
babe?
think it sure. Just think it sure.
Oh shit! Now I don't know how to go back. Fucking hell! Wait. I'll go like this. There we go. She's back. Oh my god, you guys! I'm getting so good at Twitch.
Well played. Let's go.
Professional. All right.
Professional.
Professional. All right, my loves. Let's do it. Zakky today is going to show us the fracture map, and there I am. And in case you're watching and you don't know who I am Miranda O'Hare. I'm the voice of Sky in the video game Valorant. And also this is my dear friend, Zakky. My Welsh friend, Zakky. He runs... All right, where's the fight? He runs Valorant Hub, which is a really good YouTube channel with over 1,000 subscribers. You should check it out.
Sorry, I'm going to have to stop you there.
Yeah.
Over 100,000.
What did I say?
1,000?
Oh. He now has 4 followers on YouTube. No, he's got over 100k. We're very excited. And he's also an oracle of all things Valorant. And today he's going to go through the new fracture map with us. He's going to explain some lore. Live, laugh, love, bitches. Let's do it.
Camera to get a fresh look at the thing again. How you doing, MG God? I hope you're well. MG God, I need to send you a link, Miranda. So this dude sent over a guitar riff, right, of him on YouTube, where he played the Valorant the Valorant soundtrack, and he is so talented. You would absolutely love it, because I think you sort of like the sort of creative things for people who are super talented and stuff. I'll send it over to you, but I put it up on Twitter. People loved it. But yeah, this dude can literally like he literally like well, he played like a really good riff basically off the Valorant theme track, etc. So yeah, I just wanted to. I'll send it over to you after the stream.
Oh my god, send
really,
it to me!
Really cool.
I would fucking love to see it.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're a Valorant music dude. All right, I love this for you. All right, let's go, Zach. Take it away.
Okie dokie. So fracture. I just realized. Let's. You reacted to the lore video, didn't you? Because I remember editing it. So definitely you reacted to it.
The lore video? Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you definitely did. So obviously we're at the collider basically. Which if we literally, so this is where we spawn, by the way. This is where every character, well, not, okay, so you know how Valorant has like 2 sides? You have attackers and defenders.
Yeah.
That's okay. So you have like the squad that has to like attack the site with the bomb, and then you have the other team that has to stop them from planting essentially. So this is the defender spawn, and basically you start here. You can see like there's a massive TV up there. And then there's also a few TVs up here, and all of them have warning signs, right? So something clearly happened here that needs to be warned about. Simprel also made an amazing video about this, sort of going over what the warning's about, what this facility, or at least what we think this facility might be for, etc. But yeah, this is the center of it. This is the Radiant Collider. So if we sort of use ghost mode as we have done before, then we can literally just go below, and we have this beauty right here. Before we have a look like fully at this though, let's actually go through the messages that we have at the start of the game. So if we press like F here, we can see this, and I know that you've seen this already from the lore video.
Yeah, now I remember, yep.
Yep, so let's just read it out again for those of you who haven't seen it. I know most of you will have seen it, but it's still good to see. Hello, Ruben. Did you finish your initial analysis on the Radiant Collider today? I'm confident in our math, and I know I'm being paranoid, but I really want to double-check everything. Would you mind doing another walkthrough of the Eastern Support Structure with me tomorrow? Signed, Oren McEnif. Now, this is really important, and Simprel went over this in their video, of course. Essentially, this person, Oren McEnif, is one of the few characters that we have learned about on Fracture. And of course, in the entire Valorant game, generally what we know most about is the agents, right? We know Sky, of course. And we know the other agents as well, being sort of, we have KO, who of course is Gabe Kunda, and then we have everyone else in the cast. We have Brimstone, Viper, you name it. But one thing that we haven't seen a lot of until recently is characters within this universe that aren't playable, right? Every character that we see right now, generally, you play as an agent within the Valorant protocol. But Oren McKenniff, that person that we saw in that image right there, which let's just go over there again, just in case people are just tuned in. So if we have a look here again, this person right here is kind of hard to see, maybe, I'm not sure. But the person sort of with the profile picture, Oren McKenniff, that is a person within this universe, right? And hopefully we're going to learn more about them. Now, if we continue to go forward, we'll see another one here. And this one, here we go. This one is from the General Kingdom Sector team. Or I don't know if it's Sector or whatever, but it's K-Sec for sure. And the message that we see is, welcome Oren McKenniff to Everett Linda tomorrow at 9 a.m. You are able to meet your Omega partner, Ruben Pontes, outside 7A. As you'll be working closely with someone from Omega Kingdom, please ensure all security guidance is strictly adhered to. Now, we don't see any profile pictures there, and that's fine. But what we've learned of through sources around Valorant, especially through data mining as well, we've seen that we have two characters, right? We have Oren McKenniff and we have Ruben Pontes. Now, on the other part of the map, which is over here, we'll see another image of a person who some of us will already know from Icebox. But if we click here, we can see a security clearance card. I think K-Sec is a security team. Absolutely could be. Very, very possible. So we have here Paul Dalman. It's a bit difficult to see, but if you sort of, zoom in, look at it, we can see a level 5 security clearance for Paul Dalman. So that's already 3 characters that we've seen in this universe that aren't Valorant agents. And I think this gives the universe a lot more life. Because I think the agents are obviously, they have all the dynamics of their voice lines, their storylines, their pasts, their cultures, etc. But we haven't seen much when it comes to, in films, for example, right? You don't just see the main acting crew. You don't just see Will Smith, for example. You don't just see whoever else. You also have the extras, right? Who are sort of filling up if it's a New York scene, you'll have people who are walking on the sidewalk, etc., and they give the film actual life, don't they? Otherwise you would literally have just the main characters and it'd be a ghost town, right? So it's really important that Valorant does this to flesh out this Future Earth universe so that it's more of a understandable, sort of more real, I suppose, universe.
They're supporting characters, extras.
Exactly.
I just want to interrupt you for a second, Zakky.
Please do.
Just refer to the chat, because Narlox said something that I thought was really interesting and something that Jason, Omen's VA, would find interesting. He said, isn't there a theory that Oren is Omen pre-Ghost? And
yeah. Yeah.
So that's an interesting theory. Yukoto said, hi, y'all. Great seeing you interested in lore. You rock. You too, Zakky boy. And yeah, just comments of whether or not...
different lore and stuff.
Yeah, what's your theory on the Omen thing? Do you think that there's any validity to that?
I think it's interesting, actually, because you say Oren is Omen pre-Ghosty Boy, right? And if you have a look at the name specifically, which we'll do again for illustration purposes.
Yukoto, Yukiti.
Are they gonna? I was gonna correct. Yeah, so Yuiko is a really they're really active. They're an incredibly helpful member of the Valorant Hub community. They help out a lot. They're an admin in the Discord. Just so many things they've helped with over the past year, basically. But yeah, they're a good friend of mine, and yeah, their name is Yuiko. There you go.
You guys, you know that I can barely fucking say my own name.
Oh dear.
I'm so sorry, Yuiko. Also,
perfect. Yeah, you said the name perfectly there.
Thank you. I just repeated what you said. Shout out to Dr. Paradise. Thank you for following. If you're not following, guys, please follow along and keep going, my dude. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Heck yeah, no, absolutely. No, I'm glad that we got to that theory actually, because yeah. So the Omen thing. So if we have a look right here, we'll see, of course, that this was signed by Oren McEniff, right? And so some people believe that Oren McEniff sounds like, in some ways, Omen, right? You have O at the start,
Yeah.
and then you have MEN afterwards. This has actually been asked and answered by the creative team. They didn't give us a full-on response about it. I don't think it's Omen, but it could be wrong. I honestly, if I'm being very honest, I can't remember the specific answer that David gave for it. But from what I remember, it didn't tell me that it would be Omen. I think it was just a very interesting idea. And to be honest with you, I love that your mindset went there. Because it is a really interesting idea, and those are the sorts of things that the creative team do often, right? They'll sort of Sinprel noticed it, especially with Fracture, and we'll go over it. But there are certain codes, if you like, within each Valorant map that sort of tells a little bit about what we could see, about what we know about the Valorant universe already, etc.
So you know how Simprel did that thing where he translated numbers into letters and stuff, and it created words.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Because I think I sent that over to you.
You sent it to me yesterday. Yeah, we watched it together. So, like, do you think that they ever think, oh, we're making this too difficult for the people, the fans, or is it just?
Go on, keep going.
No, that's it. That's the question. Go, tell me.
Well, my answer to that is really difficult. I mean, as someone who's like spent a lot of their time, like spending all their time just not even playing by shooting, I don't do pew pew pew. I mean, I do a bit of pew 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 in Valorant, but a lot of it is me looking at every single writing on the wall and every single screen that's coming up, right? And so even as someone who's done a heck of a lot of research and a lot of homework and a lot of theorizing, etc., like when Sinprel comes out with some videos sometimes, and I remember there was another video that they posted that was specifically about KO, and they sent it over to me prior to uploading, just to sort of, because we chat about stuff like what we're doing, etc., giving each other ideas, etc. And I looked at it and I was like, this is amazing. But even for myself, who is someone who looks into this all the time, I'm like, this is really difficult to comprehend for the majority of people. And that's not because Sinprel wasn't doing a good job. They were doing an amazing job with what the information that we know. But the reality is when we're talking about mirrorverses, and we're talking about Earth 1, Earth 2, and sort of all these different things that go, in my opinion, very sort of Inception film-like, as far as like how difficult it is to grasp. Pair that with lore drops being far and few between, and I don't know how lore is meant to, at least short term, is meant to grow in fandom in a big way, right? Obviously, we have the lore community that loves stuff now, but I think that like when we have more short films, more cinematics and stuff like that, at the very least, then it will, I think, give people a little bit more to chew on, a little bit more to sort of think about, to understand, etc. Because the majority of trailers that we have so far aren't actually even lore related. We have a lot of skin line trailers, which some of you will be aware of, like the Ion skin line, the what else do we have? The Blast X skin line, etc. But most of the basically marketing budget that goes into trailers doesn't even go to lore trailers. So a lot of us are sort of left to, as you know, sort of look at our maps, see what we can see from all these different things. And this is definitely an amazing interactive room to look through and get a sense of what we can see, as well as the voice lines. But I think for the average player, they want to click heads. And I think there are opportunities to get people who are interested in clicking heads into the lore. But I think where we are right now, Riot isn't investing in maybe lore adoption as much as they could, basically. So that's that. Wait, was Duality January? No, Duality came out episode 2, Act 3. So that would have been probably about 4 months ago, I would say. Any idea why Valorant is... Sorry, by the way, I'm just like answering questions at this point.
Oh, no, I love it. Please, yeah. I feel like every time I'm interviewing people, I always ignore chat, but I want chat to be a part of this today,
Yeah, for sure. And MG Gold, you got that right. So Retake came in January, etc. Any idea why Valorant isn't releasing any cinematic recently? They released one in January. So I was actually speaking with Simprel about this on Discord maybe a couple of days ago, because I don't want to be too Debbie Downer on your stream, but like the reality is that at the moment we're looking like we're honestly looking like we're going to get maybe at the very most 20 minutes worth of cinematic for an entire year, which is just it's that doesn't really give a lot of room, I don't think, to grow necessarily in a large way, in a fast way, etc. But obviously the only thing we can do really is wait until. I mean, some of you may have noticed that I haven't been posting as much lately, and that is why. It's because it has been the law scene has been difficult. And Riot, I got to be a little bit careful about what I say, but Riot are aware of this. What they're going to do about it, though, I'm not really sure. And yeah, Fate, I think it's based on episodes. Yeah, so generally it is. An episode is every 6 months, right? So that means that you have basically 2 episodes per year. So that's great. But I think maybe seeing a cinematic every 4 months at the very least would be something better. Every 3 months would be ideal at the very least, but we're far away from that right now. I love scratching my that's the thing. Scratching your head over theories and lore in video games is amazing. Seeing what people are finding, what people like, because I get DMs asking me about, what do I think about this Radianite cube? Why are these plants, in here? What's going on with that? What's happening below here, where we can see a sort of a broken up, basically post-apocalyptic science lab, essentially. What is going on with it? Of course, there's so many sort of, every time we see lore, there's always more questions than answers, which is the beauty of it. But yeah, as far as like having anything concrete or anything that people can really sort of, dig into, if you like, it can be a little bit hit or miss, I would say. But that's where we are at the moment. We just got to do what we can have, basically. So yeah. Do you have any questions yourself, Miranda, about like this map? And because we were actually, I think, the last time that we did a stream, we were looking at a new map, but we thought it was going to be an Australian map, didn't we?
Yeah, I know. And people still think that that's like a possibility I mean, I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what people seem to think on TikTok. So
yeah, unfortunately, actually, this might be helpful for like the viewers. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
When it comes to Valorant information, this is also one of the reasons why I've stopped posting as many videos lately. Is misinformation is rampant in Valorant, and there's not really any measures at all that Riot will take to dissemble that, right? Or just whatever, sort of. Fact check, I guess, whatever. Now, obviously, they want to make sure that the world is open, etc. But I think it is also good to like know what is like fan fiction, which is beautiful. Fan fiction is great. If you want to ship certain agents together, brilliant, etc. But as far as like what the creative team have actually written down as the future of the universe is concerned, there's a lot of sort of theories that have come from this one channel in particular, which I won't name. Those of you who are watching will probably know who I'm talking about, where they've gone viral. What's that, sorry?
Like they're theorizing and they're acting like it's real.
Yeah, so what they'll often do is they'll go onto Reddit or they'll go into the lore server and they'll basically take anything that anyone's come up with and write it down as their own, for one, so they don't actually credit the people. And they'll sort of say that this is real when the reality is it's not. But because
is that the channel that DM'd me that one time? And
different channel.
Oh, different one. Okay,
channel.
okay.
yeah. Yeah, I think at least most likely. You're talking about the channel that was like looking for like
wanted to take
stuff, right?
Yeah, wanted to take my videos.
That's. I mean, it's honestly a similar type of channel. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, no, it's not the same one. I'll send you the link at some point just in case people say, because like I noticed, and actually I need to speak to Gabe about this, because I noticed that in one of Gabe's comment sections, someone referred that Gabe to this channel for lore, and I didn't want to like discredit the channel publicly, but I'm like, no, because Gabe's gonna get the wrong information, and then etc. But I'll have a chat with him about it. But yeah, no, there's a lot of people ask me, is Omen an octopus, etc. I'm not sure if you've seen that theory. Have you seen? I'm assuming you haven't seen that theory based on your reaction. A lot of people think that Omen's an octopus. It's a thing.
That's not a very strong theory. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Oh dear.
I don't know much about Valorant, but I can fucking tell you for sure that Omen's not an octopus. Okay.
Oh dear. Yeah, there's been a lot of theories. I mean, it's definitely an octopus. Yeah, and I think that these sorts of theories come around, like I say, from channels that have had some viral moments. Let's say where they've said a story that isn't quite accurate, but it is what it is. I've sort of over the past 3 months, I've kind of grown to try to ignore the shortfallings of these things because we were speaking a lot over this past few months, and you know how much I've been sort of in a way taking the weight of that on my own shoulders when it's just kind of pointless to do so. So when things like that come up as far as lore viability and sort of accuracy, etc., if people want to theorize, that's great, but I'm just gonna show what I see, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. But either way, how else do you think he crochets? Yeah, have you seen that theory about Omen and knitting?
And what?
So Omen knits.
Oh yes, Jace told me this.
Okay, that's good. That's great. Awesome. So yeah, unfortunately this wasn't the map that we expected to be as far as it being Australia. We thought because of course, and I think our theory was still fairly strong given the lack of information we had, because no one in any world could have ever guessed that this would be New Mexico. Like, there was no information, that would tease that really, which was a shame, I think, because like when Breeze came out, we knew that it was going to be in the Caribbean because we had teasers towards that. But Riot didn't give us literally anything to get to guess where this place would be. But yes, this is, as some people call it, Devil's Canyon, New Mexico in the United States. It's an absolutely beautiful map, even though it's not Australia. Does this mean that we're going to see an Australian map still? I think it's possible, but I think after seeing this map, I'm starting to see that Riot are maybe moving away from the whole correlating maps with agents every time.
Oh, okay.
Which, yeah, because I don't think that we're going, and I could be wrong, it's just that we haven't really had any information to tell us that it's going to happen, where this map, where we're going to see a New Mexico agent, right? We have a Mexican agent being Reina, but New Mexico, and I've had to clarify this with hundreds of people at this point, New Mexico ain't Mexico, people. Just thought I'd let y'all know. A lot of people are like, oh, this is Reina's map. No, it's not.
No, New
Mexico is a state.
Yeah.
In the US, exactly.
Yeah. It's very random to have it in New Mexico. That's
right? It feels really
random. And then to have like a French agent coming out, like, I mean, we don't know for sure, but it feels like Deadeye is going to be French, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, especially with the, what do you call it? The French accent in the trailer. Yeah,
that's my assumption. I'm not saying I know you guys. I'm just assuming. But that's so interesting. It'd be cool if the map was French. That would have been really cool. They could have done like, like a Paris map and made it like Parisian and like, it would have been funny, but I don't know.
Well, actually, we've seen there's literally a Paris map in Overwatch, and I've got to say it's beautiful. In fact, in a way, it kind of would work as a Valorant map too, because the way that Overwatch has done it is they've made it like a future Earth, not actually future Earth because that's technically what Valorant is, but they've made it like a in the future Earth type of thing, where like they have like you can literally, and someday we might even, I think it would be good if someday we went over Overwatch maps too, just because you can see like the parallels between how Overwatch and Valorant does stuff, because Overwatch, even though it's a technically competing title or whatever, the maps themselves are gorgeous. And that's something to appreciate regardless of the game.
So Lessie and also Eon52 said something that like really explains why they've obviously chosen New Mexico. Lessie said New Mexico is obviously where aliens, I mean that's where Roswell was, we know that. And then Fracture said, sorry, Eon52 said Fracture is right next to Los
Yes,
Alamos,
that's true.
where the nuclear bomb was deployed. So that's really interesting, and that just shows you that Riot, like, I firmly believe in defense of Riot. You know, I think they absolutely have big plans. They know what they're doing, and it's like might have been a little bit slow lately, but I think that they have a plan. Like, they are going to release this, and it's going to be really good and really interesting. There's going to be a payoff, I think. So.
Oh yes, absolutely, and yeah, I think that this map will definitely. Well, this map is very, very likely to reveal Deadeye, of course, and French accent in the trailer. Yes, so Narlox, we've made Valorant Hub. I've posted a few videos on Fracture already, so I would highly recommend checking that if you haven't. And also, Miranda has reacted to them. So if you haven't, this is a big shout out now. If you haven't already subscribed to Miranda on YouTube, please do, because lots of videos are going up on there. Need to double check that the internet's still there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, no, Twitch buffered for a second. I with how my internet is, I always worry.
Oh, you're fine, honey.
That's all good. But yeah, no, definitely the Los Alamos thing is something that I need to actually talk about on YouTube at some point. Trying to like make lore videos on YouTube is at the moment a bit difficult, but we'll get there. I just love how Riot does a lot of research about something, and then yeah, for sure. I think that there are a lot of opportunities that can be nurtured even more, and I'm excited for that. I hope that we do see more with that, as far as, like, for example, social media posts and stuff like that, because I think that these things can definitely bring a lot more life to the game. Anyway, that said, so we've spoken a bit about the location, which of course, Devil's Canyon, New Mexico, United States. Now we can go over to Teleport Terminal, because we haven't been here yet.
Ooh.
And we can have a look at what this place has in store for us, right? So obviously this in itself, I love the windows here. I really love the windows here because it just makes me think of an actual airport. Do you know what I mean? It has that aesthetic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That looks so cool.
Doesn't it? It really does. And then we of course have like the logo up here. What's really interesting, take it easy now, Lox. What's really interesting is that we have like posters here, right? But the posters aren't saying, teleporter. It's specifically a brand of a teleporter. So it's Teleportal, apparently. Which tells me that Kingdom have, which is of course the corporation that is basically in sort of conflict with like the Valorant protocol, etc. But Kingdom clearly owns these teleporters, right? And they have a brand like you would have with you wouldn't have a plane branding at an airport. You would have Virgin Airlines or American Airlines or Delta Airlines or whatever. So they've clearly branded this entire thing so that it's like a commercial thing, right? You have the arrivals here, you have the departures here. And we do wonder, of course, we saw KO basically come out of one of these on Breeze. Whether or not this is going to be where we see Deadeye come from, I'm not sure, right? Because I do think that whilst this is really interesting and it's shown us a lot about like how much teleports are really a part of this game, if we have a look down here, it's the fact that I actually... this map's only been out for like a few weeks and I'm already like... no, like when I first look at maps, I always have to like... when I'm first looking at a map, it's always like a first look for me. But after a few weeks, suddenly I just know exactly where like a single detail is on like a map at this point.
That's
it's
crazy.
really stupid. It's literally just a case of like spending like a full... When I get access to these maps, I basically spend a full like 12 hours almost non-stop, just like literally examining every 3D detail, like of like where the pipe goes and all this stuff, because it's important to like know. Like the only way that you're really ever going to be able to tell what a map's function is in the future of the universe is by literally seeing what every function is happening. Where does this pipe go? Where does it lead to? Oftentimes it leads to literally nowhere, like this.
Wow. But, so you just sit there and like look at a map for 12 hours. Do you find that like really interesting? Like, does that like really, like, is that really exciting to you?
For the first hour, exciting.
And then you're like,
And then I'm like, then it's like 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm dying. Yeah, that's how it goes generally. I mean, in fairness, basically, you can, if you're like doing it the way I do it, you can look at this stuff you can know everything that's happening on the map within an hour. So then the other 11 hours is editing, figuring out what I'm going to record, and sort of etc. etc. So that part's obviously so much fun. I love it, of course. Yeah, I'm in the right job, obviously. But yeah, no, that's what we do here with Valorant Hub. Anyway, this is the Radiant Collider. My guess is that this is going to be obviously the place where something's going to happen. My guess is an explosion of some sorts, which will eventually lead to this whole building cracking. I wonder. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes for this crack to extend. Can you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
With the crack.
Yeah, the radionite thing.
Exactly. So who knows? Based on what we've theorized on Valorant Hub already, it might be that we see an explosion here. I do have to say that would be quite a large map change. Like, imagine literally seeing, like, what we see over here. Like, imagine actually seeing some sort of explosion that literally separates these two.
Yeah.
That would be quite and the thing is that this is very possible, and the reason it's possible is because with every single Valorant map change, the maps team and the creative team work really close together. And the reason for that is that they need to make sure that whenever they put out a lore update, that it doesn't conflict with gameplay at all. Because what you don't want, for example, like if you think about this, for example, right? Let's say the satellite dish, right? Let's say there was a big explosion, and if you can imagine, a big explosion would make the entire thing shake, right? Now, in the real world, if something shaked like this, maybe the satellite dishes would fall over, right? And then you'd see them fall onto the floor. But that would conflict with gameplay purposes, because it would mean that it would block players' path. So they wouldn't do something like that, right? Here, on the other hand, though, there we go. Here, on the other hand, though, you cannot, as a player, you literally cannot go over there. The only way you can go over there is by using the zip line. But once you've used the zip line, I can't move anything. I can't jump. I can't do anything. So that's gameplay constrained, if you like, so that it, like, basically, imagine if you could actually fall into that. You'd be dead, right?
Wow.
And it would ruin the game. Like, you don't want your teammate going over there to, like, you know, to go to the other side to plant or whatever, and then fall into the reactor, because that would sort of ruin the point of the game. So that's why it's very likely that we can see something happen here, because if something did happen here, you could still walk around and do everything you would do normally in a game. And we saw the same thing happening with Icebox.
Look at that.
Yeah. Wait, which part's cool?
Just like go to your left.
Oh yeah, here.
Yeah, what's that?
Oh, this. So this is the buy phase. So what the buy phase means is that basically you select like your weapon and stuff that you're going to use, and then once the buy phase is over, basically what they don't want you to do when you're in the buy phase, it's before the game starts technically for that round. So once the buy phase is over, then I'll show you what happens. You'll see now the animation will make it so that it disappears, and that means that I can walk past it. Because otherwise, what would happen is that players would walk past it. Like, it's literally
without getting a weapon.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's oh, hello, Mari Melina. How you doing, friends? We've got a raid going on here.
Oh, what's
raid
up,
of 17
fam?
people.
Damn.
Hi.
All right, love this for us. Hi, new friends. I'm Miranda. This is Zakky. I'm the voice of Sky.
I had to reset my camera.
Zakky runs Valorant Hub, which is a very cool YouTube channel. And I am the voice of Sky in Valorant. What's up? This is what happens when you do A things. I don't know what that means. Let's go. What's up, fam?
Thank you, Santasia.
What did Santi say?
She shouted me out with the command.
Oh, thanks, Santi. Just doing God's work.
Heck yeah.
All right. Sorry. Keep going, Zachariah.
No, of course. No, I just wanted to make sure that Mari Melina noticed that we noticed, if that makes sense. Thank you very much for the raid, and make sure to subscribe to Miranda O'Hare on YouTube and Twitch for all your Valorant Sky voiceover needs. Is that a good promo? I don't know.
It was very good.
Oh, look. Eon's gifted the tier 1 sub.
Eon, thank you, my dude.
Let's go. What an MVP.
We appreciate.
Let's go. I want to take us to something that Simprel found in their video. I kind of wanted to wait a little bit for like their video to sort of be found by people before I started talking about this more, because I feel like when someone discovers something, I want to give them, not that many people give me this courtesy, but doesn't mean I shouldn't give others. When people like do lore findings, I try to like give them a bit of time to have their primary source exposure, if that makes sense, before everyone starts talking about that thing that they found. Does that make sense? So basically, Simprel in their video found something really interesting, right? In this room specifically, and we're going to go over it now. But normally when people like find something that's really interesting, I try to let them be the first one on it and like not take away the viewership, basically.
Yeah,
because
I get
if
what
I made
you're
a video about
saying.
it, then yeah, it would eclipse pretty fast.
But what if you?
Of our channels.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say you could credit them, but it's like if you're getting the views, you're getting the money.
Yeah,
so.
I try to, and that's not to say that I'll never cover it. Likelihood is I'll cover it next week, right? But I try to give people a bit of time to, you know, and of course I'll credit regardless. But either way, we're here now. We're looking at security screening, and this is actually really important. Normally, when we look at this stuff, because of what's happened before with these screens, they oftentimes don't seem to lead anywhere, which means we look at the screen, we can see even some numbers here, right? But we don't know what any of it means. Well, we didn't until Sin, of course, made the video. And of course, in their video, we saw that this number, if you convert each number to the numerical value, sorry, to the alphabetical value. So
this is what I was
mentioning
mentioning before. Yeah. About it being too complicated.
Yes, exactly. Now, I think this part here, I don't think is too complicated, thankfully, because people like Simprel and eventually myself will talk about it. I think where things get too complicated, again, is when we're looking at mirrorverses and clones and all that stuff that gets, you know, that I think it's not too difficult to understand. I think what the problem is, which is a problem in my opinion, is that whilst it's not too difficult to understand if you look at it, people will very fast and understandably give up on something that looks complicated. You know what I mean? And I think that's where we can fall into some traps here. Thankfully, though, people, like I say, there are certain people who try to make this digestible. So each of these also has...
interrupt you, Zakky. Shout out Eon52.
Oh, of course.
You gifted another sub to 18 Fate. I really appreciate you. That's so sweet of you.
Let's go, Eon.
Eon's a legend. And when the thing goes off, I don't know if it's loud for y'all, but it's really loud for me. And I like flinched because it was like, yeah, like it made this like crazy loud sound, like the subbing sound. So just explaining why I like jumped in the middle of Zakky talking.
You're absolutely fine.
Yeah, sorry, Zach. Keep going, babe.
No, you're fine. No, let's go, Eon. Awesome work, friend. Awesome work. Yeah, no, so this is so what we're seeing here essentially is different messages, right? And they're decoded already. You can find it on Simprel's channel. But essentially it leads us to some character dynamics, right? We're talking about, for example, knowing roughly where the character that we were looking at before. And in case people have just come in, let's again go over to the room where we can see the cards or whatever.
30 seconds left. Keep that fire, yeah?
Keep that fire, yeah? You gotta do it. Try to do an Australian accent.
You want me to try that? Okay.
Yes,
let me reset my camera. Oh my gosh, this is gonna go terribly.
Do you want me to say it first and then you mimic it?
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Keep that fire, yeah?
Alright, hold on. Let me rehearse this one time muted.
The fact that you're unmuting.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, go.
Keep that fire, yeah? Oh gosh, the yeah was like more stereotypical. The first part was just British, kind of.
No, that was
I'm sorry if that
was so good. You guys, every time I fucking react to one of Zakky's YouTube videos, I'm always like, hi, hi, it's Zakky, and welcome back to Valorant Hub.
At the very least, get the wording right. Let's try that again. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Valorant Hub. My name is Zakky, and in this video.
Hi! And in this video, I think everyone. My name is Zakky, and welcome back to Valorant Hub.
See, I can get away with being crap at it because not that you were crap at that, but I can get away with it because I'm not a voice actor. That is your profession, so yeah, makes sense.
I can't do a male voice, but
I didn't say that
your
your impression was good. Don't worry, your impression was good. Dear me, oh crikey. Is that? I think that's actually both a British and an Australian thing to say. Actually, crikey. Crikey
Crikey is definitely Australian, but I don't say crikey. Like, I would not say crikey in my day-to-day life. Would you say crikey in your day-to-day life?
Yeah, I think but I think y'all use it different.
Okay.
I would say it if like something, and it's not common. It's not like a common thing for me to say, but it might be something that I say like if something really big happens, like crikey man, fair play, something like that. But I don't generally say it. I'd be like whoa, or something like that instead. But yeah.
You know how I feel about little people's sayings. Like my friend constantly says like everything you say. My friend will go sheesh, sheesh. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Or people that are like, yeah, do be like that. It do be like that. You do that, Zakky. You go, it do be like that. And I'm like, what? Shut up.
You know what? I have, what's the word? I have conceded to cultural, right. So for example, one thing that I just picked up from my friends in America is saying finna.
What's that
finna
mean?
Do that. So finna,
no.
I thought meant gonna,
no.
But apparently it means fix into, so that's that.
No.
But yeah, so finna's something. Yeah, well, the thing is that like since I was 12, I was speaking more to American people than I was to British people at points through online. So I sort of just picked it, and people still like I say mobile, and that's just weird in the UK because everyone says mobile. But I'm so like, and like not with everything. I'll still call it like because I know some Americans would call a car an automobile, I guess. But I feel like people still call car in America.
No, they don't say automobile in America. They say car.
Yeah, yeah. I figured. But yeah, no. I say mobile. I say aluminium. I don't say aluminum. I say aluminium.
I say aluminium as well. Is that British or is that American?
I think that's a mixture.
Oh, okay, I can't really say that word. It's hard to say that word.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But yeah, no, I often say mobile because and my parents used to correct me. They've given up at this point. They're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, people in my circle wants me to speak English, British, right? But like I say, I'll just pick up anything I hear from anyone. So. Yeah, that's just me. But yeah, so the what we were talking about before with the sort of it's difficult to explain from like just looking at the map point of view. That's why Simprel's video is so helpful and so important, quite honestly, because they sort of have everything illustrated. Obviously, they've edited it, etc., so that you can really see what's happening. But essentially, I think what we see right here, the numbers that we see right here. If you convert like every number here, so you have 18 right here, 21, 21, 05, 14, 14, etc. Each number here leads to, I think it says Ruben Pontes works here. And so that shows that this screen right here, this room, which by the way, if you couldn't tell, this is teleport terminal. I'm still figuring out actually where this one is. It's somewhere on the map. I just can't really put my finger on it. I think it might be A site, or B site, sorry. But then this right here, this is one of the rooms that the Raging Collider's around. So it's one of these rooms here, I'd imagine. So Ruben Pontes worked on one of these in one of these rooms, I guess. But that's sort of what we know so far. The good thing though is that wait, Zakky, I've been told. Okay,
also, I just want to interrupt and say. Okay, so someone said Corona. Le Devil said Corona in capital letters. I think that Corona or something like that. Guys, I have to... Good Lord, if I have to clarify this one more time. Sky never says Corona or Corona.
Oh, I know.
That is never anything she fucking says.
Have you made this into a TikTok yet?
Baby,
He's made
it
into a
makes
TikTok.
me so annoyed because everyone comments it on everything I do. And I'm like, I never said that. That's never been said.
No.
And I love you. This is not an attack at you and the devil, but I am just like, it's everywhere I go. It's just like, I feel like someone's going to scream it at me as I walk down the street. Guys, she says, good on ya. Good on ya. She never says corona. She didn't know about COVID. She did know about COVID actually because I recorded it in 2020, but COVID was never mentioned. Okay, I will. That's
Technically,
it.
Sky doesn't know about COVID. Because, well, actually, maybe Sky would because this is Future Earth. So it'd probably be in the history books. Which I would prefer, honestly, COVID to be in the history books than current. But anyway.
Yeah, my God, it's definitely good on ya. So anyway, I'm going to say that's the last time I'll say it. Maybe I'll make a TikTok to clarify so that I don't have to keep saying it. Let's go back to what Leslie
Yeah, so
was
Leslie, I think,
wanting
brought
to
up the
say.
fact that they think that this is either this site or the other site, I'm guessing, is where that room is that we were looking at over here. And it could actually, yeah, we see the zip line right here. So you see like that thing right there, like there's a white line, if you like. So that I think is the zip line, this zip line here. So yeah, that would make sense. So that's so right there is literally what we see over here. So yeah, good find, Leslie. And then someone else also wanted, MG God also wanted me to put up some of the voice lines in game, which we feel we can do. So this is Sky saying thanks.
Cheers, mate.
Go
Oh my
on.
God, I sound so Australian. Oh, that's embarrassing. Cheers, mate.
Okay, how about this one?
G'day.
G'day. Do I sound
well,
like it?
That the other one was a little bit more, maybe a bit lower in tone, I guess. As
What,
far
the
as like
g'day or the
in-game
other one?
was.
The cheers,
Uh,
mate.
I think it was the good day. Yeah, good day.
G'day. Hang on.
I'll play it
G'day.
again for you. Hold on. I'll play it again for you. Which one was it? Hello, I'm assuming.
G'day.
G'day. Well,
Maybe
because I
again.
do it so many different ways. Like,
Of course. Yeah.
I wonder, do they use different variations of it? I
They
guess
are,
they
clearly.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, because those two sounded different. Like I'll do it again. I'll do it with a different one though. I'll do it with need support.
I need help.
I need help.
That was cool. That was cool. What about this one?
Play for pigs.
Play for pits.
Be quiet.
Be quiet.
That was good.
I don't
let's do
remember
one.
saying any of this.
Yeah, I mean these aren't the character voice. I mean obviously it's Sky voice lines, but these aren't like the like interacting voice lines. These are just like the basically if you don't have a microphone in this game and you want to communicate, then you use these voice lines to say like thank you, hello, like let's push B, let's go A, etc. So like you'll have combat here and it'll be like on my way.
On my way.
On my way.
Yes, let's go. Your chat's gonna piss you off soon, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know.
Why? Why are they
Well,
gonna
just let
piss
you-
me off? Oh my God. Le Devil, don't push me, my dude. I swear to God.
You'll get timed out, I promise.
You will get fucking timed out, mate.
Okay, now they're really enjoying it. I'll let you deal with it as necessary. Oh, there we go. It had to happen eventually.
Yeah, I knew they were gonna keep trying.
Yep. Keep pushing a little
Keep
bit.
pushing.
But yeah, no, we've looked at this collider as far as like, I mean, we can actually, if you want, and let me turn up the volume a little bit because I feel like this room is probably one of my favorite rooms ever in any Valorant map ever, because we never have seen before this a place where we have such a live and essentially breathing machine, right? You know, it's so large. The fact that you can even sort of climb on it and like walk around and like even go inside here, like it's really sort of close up, and it's really, you know, you see all the steam right here. This stuff is what I want to see more of in Valorant, where we have like things, parts of the map that we can explore that is so I'm not sure what the right word is, but reacting, quite literally, because it's a reactor. Or technically, I think it's a radiant collider. Now, actually, let's go a little bit further into lore on that, because whilst I can't confirm this, is just my theory to be very clear. But when we look at the message that's at the spawn, we see it says radiant collider. It doesn't say radiant, so there's no T at the end, which I think is important. Because what I think this means is that this is being used to essentially generate energy. In the context of, do you know anything about, and I don't know much about it, so don't worry, neither of us will know if you don't know, but this is what I know from physics class when I was 16. Do you know what nuclear fission or nuclear fusion is?
No.
So I know very little, because this was the bane, I should say, of my existence when I was 16, having to do an exam on this. But from what I remember, essentially with nuclear fission, nuclear fusion, and they are different processes, but I can't really remember the ins and outs, because it's like full physics particle stuff. But essentially what they do, I think in fission, I might be wrong, is they take a hydrogen, I'm gonna get this so wrong. they take a hydrogen particle or atom, and they try and split it. And when you split a hydrogen item or whatever it is, thank you, Santasia. When you split it, it's like an enormous amount of energy, i.e. electricity, right? And this is real world stuff. This isn't like a lore theory on that basis. Like that, fusion or fission is fusion and fission are two different things. But basically, I think if we're looking at a hydrogen atom being split, I think what we're getting at here is that a radiant collider, a radiant atom, is like a hydrogen atom, if you see what I mean. Hence why they haven't put the T at the end. So I think what we're seeing here is some sort of radiant particle being, some sort of process happening where they're trying to create energy, essentially. I don't know how, and I don't know how it's going to go. My guess is that we're going to obviously see an explosion, because that's sort of, I think, what happens when these things go wrong. But yeah, that's my understanding of it. I could be totally wrong. Oh, there we go. Eon. 2 hydrogen atoms collide and form a helium atom. So that is so much closer to... That's something I kind of remember, yes. Nuclear fission equals splitting an atom to release energy. Fusion equals combining atoms. So, okay, so in fairness then, I was on some sort of the right track-ish, kind of. But yeah, like I say, this was from me learning physics when I was 16, and I wasn't passionate about it. This was a forced thing.
I mean, you knew exactly. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't know what you just said. It just went completely over my head.
Me neither, honestly.
But it sounded really good. Hey, Zach, I'm gonna be 2 seconds. I'm just gonna check on Rainbow. I'll be right back. Okay?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I'll be literally a second.
No worries. KO came from the breeze teleporter, next engine comes from this nuclear fission. Exactly. That's what we can see happening potentially. Your physics is all good, mate. It really isn't. Actually, even though I don't remember much of it, mainly because I didn't really care about it that much, I think I might have got a B in physics. So I clearly remember, like, basically, as a lot of school is, I remembered everything I needed to from like an equations point of view and from writing it all down on paper. But as far as actually knowing what exactly was happening, that's a lot of what school is, obviously. Well, at least that was my experience, was sort of just writing out equations and not really knowing everything that's happening. But as long as you get the A grade, that's all that they cared about. So I got a B. But it was honestly, I was stoked with a B because nothing to do with me, physics. I was like, okay. But yeah, either way, yeah, that's what that is. We'll see more of it, I'm sure. Has Miranda seen the recreational room? Oh yeah, let's show you the recreational room if you haven't seen it already. So we have a little watch party going on here, where we have the Tacti Bear and the Ellie.
Oh, I love the little Tacti Bears.
Yes, and the squirrel. And they're watching... This is actually... this is a map. This is Icebox on A site. And we know that because if we have a look closer, we can see it says intruder alert here. Intruder Alert is what we were is how Yoru joined the whole game, right? So we saw, and if y'all watched the Yoru Samurai Edo period story videos that I was making back in October of last year, y'all know what's going on there. But essentially, it's like a reference to Icebox, basically. Have you seen both sniper kits on Fracture? One channel said Deadeye could have shot Thigh's Dead. Well, yeah. So we've seen We've seen a sniper rifle on the other side of the map. And of course, there's a sniper rifle kit on Haven. But yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of theories around, like, Deadeye could have shot. The one thing to keep in mind, though, when it comes to Earth 1 and Earth 2, which I'm still, like, wrapping my head around everything around that, is this entire map, and let's confirm this right now, because David's confirmed it, David being David Nottingham, who is the creative director for this game. This entire map is based on Earth 1, I believe. I know at the very least it's all based on one Earth, because I know, understandably, a lot of theories were to say that this was Earth 1 and this was Earth 2, being Alpha and Omega Kingdom. Makes so much sense. Earth 2 came from Icebox. I have a strong feeling that the next agent got... Yeah, exactly. The other is on the other side of the map of Fracture. I only saw the one Deadeye sniper. Unless there's another one over here, maybe. Which is possible, to be fair. I didn't see it. It is beautiful, though, how, like, this map, like, you can just walk around, like, the canyon part of this map, basically, which Miranda had a good kick out of when I said canyon in her reaction video. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, you're like, Zakky's losing his mind.
Oh, that's right.
Ironically, though, I didn't say anything, but...
It's gonna be pretty low over there.
Let's go, Sky! Let's go! Yeah, whilst I was losing my mind, I wasn't losing my mind in the way you thought I was, but I couldn't be bothered to honestly say anything. The reason I said Canyon was because this whole map was called Canyon before it was called Fracture. So we knew this map as Canyon because it was the codename in the in-game files. So I knew that this map was called Fracture a while ago, but to the public, this map was called Canyon for about a month. So I was saying what like when you're under NDA, you sort of say stuff that isn't what you know necessarily. I was sort of, and I have to do this a lot, honestly. When I know stuff that's happening in Valorant that I can't talk about, I have to sort of revert to saying stuff that's only public information. So half the time when I was making videos about this map before it came out, I was calling it Fracture. and I had to, like, continuously, like, re-record and be like, no, it's Canyon or whatever.
Shit, that's so rough.
It's difficult. It's really...
Oh my God.
That's why I was like, I'm technically losing my mind, but on other things, not this.
Yeah, no, dude. I would fucking... Yeah, that's why when you were like, get email riot and put you on the early release, influencer stuff, I was like, I don't know about that.
You're like, I wish you don't want to know it at this point, do you?
I'm like, the less I know, it's because I get so confused. Like, I'm just like, it's probably better.
It's a task. It's a definite task, and yeah, I oftentimes have to like sometimes I'll message others who also know what I know, and I'm like, yo, was this too obvious? And most of the time they'll be like, no, but like sometimes they'll be like, oh, be careful, and I'm like, yeah, I know, I don't know, shit. But honestly, with how Riot have treated other creators who literally leak stuff, I honestly at this point don't really give two poops. There you go. Anyway, I'm at that point now, chat. And I think Miranda knows what I'm talking about to a certain extent there as well. But yeah, so this is another room which we haven't looked at. I also noticed that we're like we're like an hour 10 in. So if you've got I'm good talking about this stuff for a bit, but I do have to get going. So let's do another like 5 minutes of the chatting, and then we can sure say finish up whatever the next thing you're going to show was. Well, honestly, at this point, I'm just looking around the map. So if anyone has any questions specifically, then
that's a good idea.
Myself and Miranda, we can and please, like, if you're gonna ask a question, please also have it something that Miranda can also sort of bounce off with. I'm more than happy answering lore questions, but I stream myself on Twitch. Right now we're on Miranda's stream, so it would be cool
I don't give a shit.
Miranda can talk. Well, I do. I want you to be able to bounce off it, because honestly I'm exhausted as well. So
sorry. Yes, let's give Zakky a break. Zakky has carried the stream. I've just sat here.
No, you're fine.
Yeah,
So can you imagine there are people working at Riot who literally know everything about that? Yeah, I mean, yeah, like.
Ooh, did we lose you?
Huh? No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I was just letting you talk.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought you were saying I'm and then you stopped talking. I was like,
oh okay, maybe I did. Go.
No, that's fine. That's all good. That's all good. Yeah, no, Riot. Riot, obviously, that's one thing that is nice is that I think the creative team themselves. I won't go into everything because it's a bit more gaming political than I want to go on this stream right now. But the creative team themselves are good at keeping things under the lid. Not every department is, but the creative team, obviously, y'all don't know, and at some point, I'm looking forward to this sort of paying off for both the creative team and creators like myself and Simprel who talk about this a lot. But the Riot team have really built out. This is one of the problems that I have personally, is that Riot have built out an incredibly amazing and complex and dynamic universe, being the Future Earth universe. Let's
30 seconds left.
Let's get a better view of the map while we do this. But because of like how production works, I guess, y'all haven't seen pretty much anything yet still. Like this map itself was being worked on like over a year ago. And we know that from looking at some of the stuff like the satellite dish. So it is difficult because there's a lot of lore that we're not aware of that has been built. But the reality is, I personally, and this is as far as I'll go politically, but I don't think that Riot are investing anywhere near enough in illustrating the lore. Because at the end of the day, like, these are illustrations of lore, right? The maps are illustrations of lore. The cinematics are illustrations of lore, and the voice actor, like agent voice line stuff, is also illustrations of lore. So that's that. Also, you've had a question from hello Galactic Hex. Galactic Hex is an active member of the Valorant Hub community.
Oh, hi! Thanks for coming and joining us. Says Miranda, do you have any advice for people that want to start Twitch, YouTube, and voice acting? With Twitch and YouTube, I agree with what Simply Santasia said. Like, just start doing it. You will probably never be ready, and it's definitely like a journey. Like, as you go along, you get better at it, and yeah, so in regards to voice acting, that's very different to YouTube content and Twitch content. Voice acting is essentially acting. So I would recommend taking an acting class, honestly, at the very very beginning of that. I would recommend taking an acting class. And then I would start taking voice acting classes specifically, get a demo reel, and then you can send that out to agents much further on in your journey when you feel more prepared. And you can try to get professional representation in order to go out for jobs like Valorant. It's incredibly competitive. I can't even begin to tell you how competitive it is. Voice acting, acting, music, all those kind of things, modeling, all very, very competitive. So you have to be able to do a lot of accents, a lot of different voices. You have to be resilient. And it can be very, it can be taxing on your mental health to deal with that amount of rejection. And I have been acting since I was a child. So for me, dealing with rejection is just something I'm very used to, but a lot of people do struggle with it. And I have times where I definitely do. So I would not recommend doing it if you aren't very in love with it. Otherwise, it's just endless amount of work, if that makes sense. But if you enjoy doing it, it's certainly very fun when you do get to go into a studio and record the lines and stuff. But just with everything, there's always, before you get to do the fun thing, before someone gets up on stage and performs, they have spent years rehearsing and taking classes and hustling to get to that point. So you have to remember that it's hard work as well. That was a fucking long answer.
That was a really good answer, though, because you answered exactly what they wanted to know. So
yeah,
that's what you need.
And someone said for YouTube, Filmora is an easy but good quality editor to get into video editing. That's actually really interesting for me to know, because I need to learn how to edit, as you know, Zakky. But yeah, if I get to the point where I start where I get monetized on YouTube, I'm gonna probably just hire someone to do it for me because
Yeah, I think that's the standard for talent as well in general, isn't it? Is that you outsource, right? Because your profession is your profession. So yeah, no, that makes total sense. But yeah,
yeah.
Filmora. I mean, you also have Da Vinci as well. But yeah, no, there's plenty of. I mean, I started off with Movie Maker, and then eventually I think I moved to Vegas Pro. But that was, oh God, I feel old now I say this, but that was a decade ago. So yeah, no, Filmora's good. Canva's also good for like photo stuff. I know you use that, Miranda, don't you?
I actually don't use Canva anymore. I use something.
Okay.
I use something called PicArt.
Okay.
It's very easy. It's very similar to Canva. I stopped using Canva and I can't remember why. But I mean, yeah, I'm all for like do the easiest thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah, no, absolutely.
Like don't
Absolutely.
make life harder than it already has to be, you know, like
Yeah.
make it.
Now, on the flip side, if like because like everyone has different ways of doing YouTube and Twitch and all this other stuff. Now, if you're someone who in Miranda's position, right? Miranda is a actor, voice actor, and that's something that she's incredibly talented at and successful in, right? And so that's why, you know, when it comes to you know, making content and stuff, realistically, and this is the same thing I've said to Gabe actually, who's KO's voice actor, is that it's not necessarily about making everything look beautiful. It's about documenting the journey, because people want to see Miranda for Miranda, not because of crazy edits, right? And that's actually been really helpful for me when I'm editing videos, because I don't have to put in any crazy editing generally. Just people want to see Miranda reacting to stuff. Again, subscribe to Miranda's YouTube channel. Please do. On that basis, though, it depends on also what you want. Because if you want your channel to be like a documentary style channel where people learn from you about certain stuff, or it's a montage channel, like it all depends on what you want your channel to be, right? Because like if you're trying to teach people stuff, like for example with Valorant Hub, if I just had me talking into a camera like for the entire video, people wouldn't be watching as much. The reality is that some of you will have noticed, some of you won't, but oftentimes I'll be on the camera for like, hey everyone, welcome back to Valorant Hub, and then it'll switch to gameplay, or it'll switch to cinematics or something. And obviously that's the point where obviously you do want to have some level of editing knowledge, etc. And editing knowledge can be helpful for other things outside of YouTube, but it's all a personal journey. You know, if you're in Miranda's shoes, it's a different thing to if you're in my shoes there. So wait, is this live from Zakky? Hi there, Sep, how you doing? Yes, this is me. I am Zakky. Sep joins my stream oftentimes too, so.
Oh, hi, Sup. Well, guys, I hope that we answered some questions for you. We're going to wrap it up because, as per usual, I'm about to pee my pants. Anytime I'm live on stream, I've consumed like at least a liter of water, and I'm just like about to wet myself.
This is how much. This is my picture.
I feel like you drink a lot of water. I feel like you're good at hydrating.
Drink so much water. I get thirsty. That's why.
That's
I get
really good.
thirsty.
I feel like boys don't generally drink enough water. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, honestly, I'll be honest with you. I think the reason for me is simply because it's so easy. Like it's a habit for me to have a pitcher of water next to me anyway. But the kitchen is like 4 meters away from me, 6 meters away from me. So actually getting the drink is pretty fast. Having said that, I don't want you to you know, have an accident. So
don't want me to pee myself on stream.
No, that would not be the objective here. The objective here is to entertain and enjoy. So yeah, I'll let you.
That would probably entertain and enjoy.
Ooh.
Well, if I know that sounded really fucked up.
Let's not even get into it.
I didn't mean it like that. Okay, all right, it's time to wrap it up.
That's right.
All right, guys. No, I didn't mean it like that, guys. Fucking hell. All right, y'all. I gotta go.
Sorry, I'm having too much fun here. Yeah.
I love you guys. Santasia, feel free as always to raid whoever you want. Guys, I will be back next week. With a guest, things will happen more in that stream. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. Please follow.
Make sure to subscribe to Miranda's channel. Like,
Yes.
more than anything. Like, just go to Miranda's channel, like, literally after the stream, which is going to end in the next minute anyway. Go over, like, type into YouTube Miranda O'Hare. She's, her socials the same everywhere. And Miranda is posting, like, more content than you realize. Like, there's been probably, like, 5 to 10 videos in the past week or two. So definitely go for it.
We started really streaming, you guys. Sorry, really uploading. So yes, consistent content. And I think I have another one today. I can't remember, honestly. But please keep, subscribe. Also subscribe to Zakky at Valorant Hub on YouTube. And thank you so much for doing this with me, Zakky. I genuinely really appreciate your knowledge and insight. It's amazing. All right, guys. Goodbye. We love you. Goodbye.
Bye.